with my co-host, the fan. And another co-host has joined the live stream. Pers- uh, Perspiration. All right. So, on the title, I'm chatting about uh, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous and Jurassic World Chaos Theory. To reiterate just a bit before I get into today's episodes, not necessarily episodes, just kind of questions that has arisen since watching further episodes reveal and unfold. All right. So I've watched season 1 of Chaos Theory. And I think I watched episode 1 of the second series. I think. I know I watched season 1. I think I watched the first episode of season 2. And then I stopped. And then I started watching Camp Cretaceous to see how this came to be, to see how it came to be, right? Okay. So that's the update. That's the reiteration right there. That's where we are. All right. So as I continued to see the episodes unfold, I began to have questions myself, referring back to Jurassic World Chaos Theory as I'm watching Camp Cretaceous. Okay. So my question or concern really more of a concern, because I did have a question yesterday and it got answered a bit. And now for the concern. My concern is, did Darius? Well, actually, I want to start with Darius because that's who Ben started with. But as I say, Darius, all of them seem to undergo this concern that I have. And that is, did they undergo some type of memory loss between Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory? Because in Camp Cretaceous, it's all there. The communication with the dinosaurs, the tech, the intentions, the money. It started at Camp Cretaceous. Or I should say, well, I'm saying Camp Cretaceous, but as Camp Cretaceous has moved along, okay, in the different scenes. But the show is still Camp Cretaceous, even though we are getting different scenes, different islands. So yeah, it must be that they forgot about the technology that they saw in Camp Cretaceous for it to be questionable as to how the raptors were communicating and tracking them down to boop boop boop, because it's all in Camp Cretaceous. Like, in chaos theory, they acting like this a whole new concept. All of them. So what the fudge? What the fudge sickle? Why is this being taken on as a new concept for chaos theory? Like, they don't remember what went down with Camp Camp Cretaceous and what they found out about the new technology, who got their hands on it, who trying to use it for what, when, why, who, where, boop, boop, boop. So either, okay, so it seems like they've undergone some type of memory loss, whether it be because of it's a certain type of thing. It's called something amnesia. Either they underwent that naturally because of what they went through, or, well, I don't know if it's called, but it's a form of amnesia that can come on due to uh, stress, or uh, is I think it's a reference in the at the beginning of the movie Blink Twice. So either they all experience that, or they were given something to have them forget what they know, because the people there didn't want that information to get out. So instead of having them sign a disclosure, like, you can't talk about what you saw, boo boo boo, that instead of going that route, they're keeping them and perhaps perhaps going to give them something to erase their memory of what transpired. That's what that's what that's what it seems like, because when chaos theory starts and Ben meets up with Darius, and Ben presents the notion that he's being followed by uh, somebody that sent some what's the Raptors out for him. Now, I don't know if he said that specifically at that moment, but then Darius is like oblivious to that idea when it's all revealed that that technology exists in Camp Cretaceous. So in Camp, not Camp, but Chaos Theory, it wasn't like he was like, "Oh yeah, for real, boo 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 boo." He was like hesitant. He was like, "Are you for real? Are you sure? How can somebody do that?" Boo boo boo. He wasn't even conscious of the Raptors having that technology. So when the Raptors showed up, like he knew the little basic turn off the light. So they turned off the light. I mean, that's the little basic that they knew way back in Camp Cretaceous with the rail train. So they turn off the light, and Darius is like, the Raptors should go away. But the Raptors don't go away. The Raptors but see him and go right for them. And when they get out of the house, out of the cabin, they see that the lines have been cut and for the alarm, and discover that Ben didn't call him. So when they get to Ben's van and drive off, Darius is like, "What? Why would somebody do that? What? And then Ben is like, I've been researching on Jurassic or Dark Jurassic and boo 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 boo." So they're acting like they don't know the technology that they saw, like the technology that they saw in Camp Cretaceous was it's obsolete. It's like either they forgot it or they've been made to forget it. And I'm thinking that might be why Darius don't call his mom, because maybe she was ordered to put something in his drink or in his food to make him forget about Camp Cretaceous. That's my theory. I don't know for sure. But I'm like, what other reason why you not calling your mom? Other than you done found out she been putting stuff in your food and drink to distort your memory. So I don't know. They acting like either they don't recall what happened with the technology, because it is a continuation of Camp Contagious. Camp, not I keep saying Camp. Chaos Theory is a continuation of Camp Cretaceous. So I'm not getting the I'm not getting why they're not hip to how these dinos are coming after them like they are, and how I don't know what are the DNL or the dino group, like they just was like, yeah, they didn't help us. But I guess because they trusted them for a little bit. But in Camp Cretaceous, they couldn't really trust anybody, and they was really alert. And so it seems like their guard is down a bit. Not too much, but enough to where they've forgotten and what's going on previously. Cause it's like it's a little bit of a disconnect, and I'm trying to see if there's a reason for that disconnect. Either be it like memory loss, or they've been given something for them to not have those memories anymore. Like what's the disconnect? Because it's a whole disconnect between what they've seen, what they know, what they've experienced, and then chaos theory. So what they've seen, what they know, what they've experienced in Camp Cretaceous, and then chaos theory. Chaos theory is almost like, yeah, it's a continuation. However, it's uh start over, or like a new beginning, or a reset, if you will. It's not a flow between it's not a flow between Camp Contagious and chaos theory unless they've lost their memories. But if they haven't lost their memories or have been given something to take away their memories, if that didn't happen, then it's just a bit of a disconnect, because in chaos theory, relearning, they're reiterated into dinosaurs that are being controlled by somebody else. They are, and they're re reintroduced to the idea that dinos are taking orders from somebody else, uh, and that they're being chased and things from these dinos that have been given orders to do that. Like they're being that's being reiterated. Like, and they're like oblivious to it. So that's the disconnect between the two shows. Unless there's a reason for that, it's yeah. So um I do like the two shows. I do. So far, so good. I do see the disconnect, and I got my own theories of how it done came about. And if my theory is wrong, fine. But usually, just like the children, the children, they be like, "What if I'm wrong? What if I make the wrong choice?" Hey, you made a choice. Hey. And then if that don't work, you get yourself out of it. So, boy, oh boy, I'm like, okay, now I'm ready for them to go home now. Like, come on now. And then Cash was mm. And I laughed because I was like, dang, Darius did not have to save Cash, but he did. Like, I was like, why you got his attention? he wasn't paying no kind of attention. I mean, he Darius could have just tipped on over to the side and let Cash have it. Like I was just, I was like, dang. I was like, and then for Darius to save Cash, and then for Cash to toss Darius aside, and for Cash to use Darius as a shield. Oh my goodness. Mm, 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 mm. So that was good to see. May was on the up and up. She just was oblivious to what was going on. So yeah, that was good to see that. Um, Glad they were there to help her. Oh my goodness. Ugh, Cash boy. I don't know if Kenji's father would have been mad at Cash if they weren't there, if the group wasn't there and Cash did that to May. He might not have even known. Like, Cash may not have been out front and told him what he did, because they're in an excluded area, no communication. They bot can do what they want to do, and so Cash either may not have told them straight up what happened if it went that far. I don't know. So he may would have been cryptic with it, like he did say. He took care of it, so he could have been cryptic with it, and then maybe told him a lie, whatever. I don't know exactly, but yeah, that was messed up that May was being override. Um, but yeah, Kenji's father, boy, woo. He know how to manipulate, boy. And yeah, I seen some skills, boy. He got some manipulative skills. I seen a couple of characters have some skills. I seen Darius use a skill. I'm like, wow, okay, that's a real skill. Like he had to, when he was communicating with Cash, like he was being careful with what he told Cash, because Cash, boy, woof, like he ain't know how what Cash was about at first, but Cash wasn't changing. So he did great. And then Kenji's father was like playing them against each other with what he was saying to all of them. Boy, he got that art, boy. He been practicing. He been practicing on how to sway his tongue to make it work out in his favor. So he played them real good. He played them. Woo, I was like, man, I'm like, you finna fall for that? Okay. You already knew what your daddy was about, but I don't know if Kenji is in denial or do he know us I don't know. Do he think his daddy, his father is supposed to be a good guy just because his father is a father? I think that's what's going on with Kenji. I think he thinks because he's a father, he thinks he's supposed to be a good father or a good man or something like that. Uh, that's what it looked like this last time when when May was trying to hint at something and Kendra was like, got it. Like May was like, no, that ain't the lesson right there. But I don't know. Like Kenji want to be liked by his father. He want to be loved by his father. Boy, he dropped them children like a bad habit. He dropped his camp fam so quick like a hot potato, boy. And then got the nerve to get mad. Throw his weight around. Mm-mm. Boy, and I was looking at this and I was like, it's a wonder Brooke dated him. I was like, after this girl, you dated that boy after this girl. I think you just dated him to shut his ass up. But seeing like where they are and then seeing like where they come from, I'm just getting like a little bit of being the nature hiking boy that he turns out to be, or excuse me, I guess man at the time of chaos theory. I'm guessing men. I'm guessing they're. I don't know exactly how old they are in chaos theory. They're around 13 at Camp Cortages. They're 13 at least. No, I don't know. They 13 around 13. They like maybe 12, 13, 14, maybe. So uh I don't know if they 11, but like yeah. So in chaos theory, I don't know how old they are. I don't know if they're older than 19. Maybe they're 19. I think I heard one of them being 19 in chaos theory. I'm not exactly sure though, but I think I heard that. I think so. Yeah, for him to be all naturey, when he's dating Brooke, and then it's like, and when he breaks up with Brooke, and after he breaks up with Brooke, well, I only saw like maybe one or two glimpses of that so far. Um, Now climbing, I guess he took to uh, climbing because they had to do a lot of climbing in Camp Cretaceous. So I guess he took to that and sharpened his climbing skills, and he's made him a career teaching how to climb. He was a great climber in Camp. No. That was Chaos Theory. Um, yeah, he was all right climber in Camp Cretaceous. So he sharpened his climbing skills and made that a career for himself. So that was good to see that. Um, Come out of all the climbing that they had to do and did in Camp Cretaceous. Now, Darius, I don't know exactly what he did other than work for I think it's called the DNL. Um, but then he stopped working for the DNL. So we don't see him work for the DNL. We just hear about it in Chaos Theory. And they ask if he wants to come back because he's this dino whisperer kind of sort of thing. So he's sharpened his skills. Uh, I guess, well, yeah, he sharpened his skills through practice too. So like whenever like a dinosaur is up in arms, he comes and communicates to them and calm them down. Uh, a bit like he did in Camp Cretaceous, just without the technology. And yeah, they don't in Chaos Theory so far. They hadn't mentioned the technology that they've seen in Camp Cretaceous. They hadn't mentioned anything of what they've seen. So yeah, I'm gonna have to continue to watch Camp Cretaceous to get the answers because Chaos Theory has moved on, it seems. Unless um, Chaos Theory reveals more, but I don't know. So I'm watching the camp one, Camp Cretaceous. It's giving more information, how this started, how it went down, and my assumption was that uh, Chaos Theory was happening during Camp Cretaceous before they even realized that it was. And that's what it's seeming like. I'm just not getting why the why they're disconnected with what they saw, what they experienced with the dino tech. So yeah, I'm not getting why they're disconnected to that. So like when it comes up in Chaos Theory, I'm not getting why they're like, what is this? This can't be happening. Oh, duh, duh. Like they hadn't experienced it firsthand. Other than maybe their memories were wiped. So yeah, I don't know. I have to keep watching it. They ain't home yet. And I was feeling Yasmina. I was feeling Yasmina too. I was like, man, like Yasmina, she was ready to go home. And here they go having to face dinosaurs once again. And I was wondering what they were telling the parents after all this. And come to find out, they're not telling the parents the truth. Um, and this this be that BS. Cash's father got some information to come up off of, because either he don't have the money and he trying to come up with the money, but his tail needed to be back at that island looking for, I said Cash. I meant Ken 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 Kenji's father. I meant Kenji's father. Kenji's father needed to be at that island picking his son up. Now, what's up with that? Like, let's see, that's what I'm saying. It's some insurance papers done been filled out. Because when Kenji's father saw him, he was shocked, dazed, and amazed. And he thought the worst had happened to Kenji. So I'm like, okay, now that you see that he's fine, okay, how you gonna act now? Boy, that lasted for 2 seconds. And then he was back trying to get his presentation ready for his investors. So it's all about making moves with Kenji's father. So either Kenji's father had done got the money from his insurance to get out there or whatever, because he not even letting them go home. He talking about trying to get them home discreetly, because they parents done been told that they didn't quote unquote make it. So he don't want no big old hoopla about them going home. And Cash said he wasn't gonna let Darius go home because he's seen too much. And then May said she couldn't just let them go, and they had to stay there because they weren't supposed to be there in the first place, and that this place is off grid, and there's no communication in or out, and they still haven't been able to use the phone. And since Kenji's daddy has showed up, they've been there for at least 2 additional days without being able to use the phone. So in chaos theory, we've seen that the raptors are controlled and are taking orders to go after each one of the summer campers. And we've seen the I think it's called the DNL, do what they do, and we found out what they found out about the dino shipments, and Ben thinks he sees Brooke, but he don't want to tell anybody right now. He want to make sure that that's Brooke. So he done came up with a cockamamie story about something downstream. So they finna go downstream, and I don't know. I'm like, okay, is that where Brooke is? Like, are you gonna you with your cockamamie story? Are you gonna stay on task? Like, what we doing, Ben? What we doing? They done believed you up this far. So why can't you just screenshot that and show them what you see, and then be like, ask them what they see. Like, what y'all see? Like, this what I see. What y'all see? Just show them. That's what I thought he was gonna do. I thought he was just gonna show them. Like, he ain't making. Ugh. They done believed him all the way up to now. Like, he got a theory. They got the evidence that has been presented to them. Even on top of his theory, they got evidence. So it's not like he pulling stuff out of the thin air. So I don't know why he's hesitant with showing them this video that Brooke looked like she in. Like, just hand it around, show it to them, and they can see with their own eyes what you see with your own eyes. Like, I mean, he acted like it's gonna be Cookie Monster when somebody else see it. It's gonna be Elmo when somebody else see it. It's gonna be Count Dracula when somebody else see it. Like, ugh. I already had thought that Brooke had made it anyway, cause I'm like, even even just a little bit I saw during Chaos Theory, I was like, what if what if Brooke made it and she just parlaying somewhere? And then as it kept going and progressing and unfolding and revealing, I was like, was there a body? Did they see a body? Was a body taken away, carried off? Oh, it wasn't, was it? Oh, well, why y'all crying and flower bringing, and it wasn't even nobody? Like, that would let you further know that she made it, but I guess they thinking that the dino ate her. I'm guessing that's what's going through their head. But um, 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 nothing left behind. Like, mm, I mean, it was something left behind, but it wasn't enough to be like crying and flower bringing, unless y'all really think the dinosaur just gobbled her all the way up. So I guess they thought the dinosaur gobbled her all the way up. So uh, I'm like, y'all didn't think she got away after all y'all been through? After all y'all been through, like all y'all, after all the tumbling and running and jumping and climbing and escaping y'all did at Camp Cretaceous. One little chomp and y'all think Brooke gone. That's why I think they've been given something to wipe their memories clean. Cause how not one of y'all think Brooke got away? After all y'all been through. After so many dinosaurs. Y'all took on 2 dinosaurs at a time, 3 dinosaurs at a time, 4 dinosaurs at a time. And y'all think Brooke couldn't escape one dinosaur? So they don't know who's behind the operation, so they about to go and find out, or at least try and find out, because the front man isn't the boss. He's taking order from somebody else, and um, Kenji's father looks like he's not the boss at the moment. Uh, I mean, in Camp Contagious he is, but in Chaos Theory he ain't. Camp Contagious right now he's the boss because he got some money coming from somewhere, probably the insurance claim. That's why he want to ease them back into society without any publicity. And he say he got investors, and I think he said he spent the money already. So he need to show what he spent the money on. I think that's what he said when he was talking to Kendra, trying to get Kendra on his side. He was like, "Look, I'm trying to make sure we good, because if this don't go down the way I needed to for me to get these investors," he said that it wasn't gonna be good for them, that they were gonna lose everything. So he really needed that money. He really needed them investors to back up what he had done. He needed them investors to back up his investment. And what they came to a underground sewer level. I was like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, because it looked similar to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle layers. I was like, crossover. And then what popped out of that water looked like a otter. No, I said it looked like I said, what is that? A rat, otter, platypus? That's what it looked like. It looked like all three of them in one. A rat, otter, platypus. All in that order. Oh my goodness. And it wanna jump out at that time. Boy, that thing could jump. Do you like or dislike? It's your choice. The options are there. Subscribe if you will. Chat in the chat box during the live streams. And after the live streams have come to its conclusions, you do have the comment sections that are open for commenting. Oh. While I was preparing my format, my written format of um, this discussion about Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, and Jurassic World chaos theory, I saw that it's been novelized. It's been novelization. Like, it's a junior novelization of these shows. I saw volume one's cover of these shows, and I'm like, what? That is so amazing. That's so magnificent. Like, I wonder if the books correspond with the shows, or do they give a bit more? So I don't know, but I did say this was a great collection, and it looks like it's turning out to be that. Uh, but not just the shows, also with the novelizations. I saw volume 1. I was like, okay, is there a volume 2? Like, what are we doing? What is it? Like, is it a collection? Where? So I was so excited to see that earlier today. Uh, so yay! Love seeing shows that are books and books that are shows so far. I don't know which came first this go round. If the novels came before the shows, I don't know that information. If the shows came before the books, I don't know that information. Um, I was introduced to the shows before I knew it was books, so that's where I've started at. And I've been looking for the novels. Um, a bit. I hadn't seen them just yet, but I did look for them because I'm like, I'm like Sammy on that tip. Like, yes, even more amazing. Like, eh, even grandioso. That is grandioso. That this has been a book or a book series. And we can incorporate it into the book club. I got at least like 4 book clubs going on, so we can incorporate that. That fits right into our book club. Um, while I say that, I'm gonna look up another book. It's actually a comic book that I was looking for. Um, on this show that I like, and I found volume 1 and I read volume 1. I think I was waiting on volume 2 or volume 3 to be released. Let me check and see. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. Yay. Excellent. Muy grande. Okay, so there's more issues than I thought. I thought it was maybe one or two or three. Oh, okay. Collected additions. Looks like there's two of those issues. Special issue. Okay, looks like it's about six, I guess, altogether. I don't know. I saw part six. Excellent. So I get to uh, um, revisit a comic book that I was introduced to a while ago. I'm probably gonna read it from the beginning, maybe, just because it's been a while now. Because I was waiting on issue the next issue. Now they all seem to be available now. So yay! And this is one of those that I saw was a show and loved the show, and then found out that it was a comic book that was created just before the show. So I began to enjoy the comic books, and actually, it seemed a bit like the comic books gave more insight as to what was going on, as to what was, transpiring. So I do like the contrast of that dynamics between the books and the shows when the books give more insight. I did finish watching the show and enjoying the show. Uh, so now I'll just focus on the comic and enjoy those. Uh, I didn't get to finish the comics just yet, so I get to do that soon. Woohoo! Let me look up another comic. Let's see. one more thing. Let's see. This says part 9. Okay, I guess they're broken up into parts, I guess. That one says 6. I'm trying to start with 1. This says 3. So I'm looking for 1. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Part 1. And let's try this other comic. All right, I got it. Yay! I got the other comic that I was looking for. Or, yeah, that I was collecting. Yay! Let me see. Is that all the issue? Nope. Okay. Okay. Hold on. This is 13 through 18. That was 1 through 11. Where is 12? 1 through 11. 13 to 18. Wow! Here's the ones that I have in my collection. Woohoo! Volume 2. And do I have this one in my collection? I don't think so. I got this one though. And then this one. Let's see. Yay! So what's this one and that one? Okay, so I got the other comment I was waiting on. Yes. And it's been made into a show as well as like spin-off shows and cartoons. So yay! I did enjoy the show, and I'm looking forward to enjoying all of the comments. I did read one of the comments and did enjoy that. It was different from the show a bit, not too much, just a bit. So yeah, I do like seeing the differences. Okay, so a little bit more about Camp Cretaceous, just a wee little bit of the things that resemble other things to me. Cash to me reminded me of uh, what a character in The Incredibles. What was that little boy name? The super villain. Superboy. Um, it started with an S. Um, Superboy. Super. I don't. Was his name Superboy? It had something to do with an S, and it was the little. I think his hair was red. It was curly, and he looked up to uh, Mr. Incredible, and I think he wore a cape, or and Mr. Incredible told him to go away. He was like, "Go away, kid," or something like that. And then this dude grows up to be like a super villain, and he says like his money is his superpower or something like that. Um, what's his name? Superboy. That's the vibe Cash is giving. Um, let me see what this boy name. Super something. Superboy, I think. What's his name? I don't see his whole name. Looks like Syndrome. Dot dot dot. uh, I don't see how to see his name all the way. Syndrome. Looks like that's what his name is. I wouldn't have guessed that. I wouldn't have guessed that. I don't know because before he was I thought before he was Syndrome he was Superboy. I thought that's what he called himself, but I hadn't seen that movie in a while, so yeah, okay. So that's who Cash kind of giving off. Cash kind of giving off Syndrome vibes. Like both of their hair is curly. Uh, both of them want to be recognized and noticed. I don't know why. Kenji's father wanted to tick off Cash like that though, other than to punish him maybe for being an ignoramus. Other than that, I'm like, let him go to the meeting. But I think Kenji's father is punishing Cash for being the ignoramus. So I mean, he has been an ignoramus. If he wasn't an ignoramus, then he would have been at the meeting. So that's on him. He think he can do what he did to May and keep it pushing. He messed up for that. Like just because I guess he feel like he could do whatever he want to do since they off grid. But maybe he feel like that whether they off grid or on grid. So yeah. I think, because I'm just sitting here thinking about like a crossover with Jurassic Park and, or excuse me, Jurassic World and the Turtles. And I'm like, that, I mean, that might be cool, but I don't know. They kind of might not be into it because I think, like, they might think, like, there's some kin to the dinosaurs. So they wouldn't be into it too much. But I think I can see them kicking some dinosaur butt. I think I can. But at the same time, the group doesn't care to harm the dinosaurs. They are like offhands. They're like befriending to the dinosaurs. They they are seeing them as feelings and thoughtful and smart, and so yeah, fighting. They only protect. They only do the necessary. If it ain't necessary, they won't mess with the dinosaurs. Like they really trying to avoid, run, jump, flip, hop, avoid, and befriend. They befriended a raptor. They just they befriended a T-Rex. They gotta be reminding them now, cause boy, if them dinos forget, they're in trouble. But if they can remind the dinos, hey, I'm your friend, the dinos leave them alone after they done befriended them. But yeah, they gained dinos trust and help the dinos as much as they can. They feed the dinos. So they really about protecting the dinos, letting them be. And I don't know what these dinos are made. Well, I guess for the part. But yeah, some other people trying to cash in on them and create side businesses with the dinos. So that's what's going on now. After the park, it's been some side islands under construction and undergoing tests for some side dino businesses that is like um, unbeknownst to the public. Only a discreet few know about the side businesses that the dinos are trying to. I mean that the people are trying to have due to the demise of Jurassic World. So since Jurassic World uh, went down, they've been trying to capitalize on the opportunity that they're seeing uh, and create a side business unbeknownst to anybody else. So that's what Cash Father is um, a part of. I don't know if he's the main man. Well, he did say he bought the company. So, yeah, he the main man so far. I'm about to say, I don't know if he's the main man or is there somebody else above him. But he says he bought the company when Jurassic World went down. So that will make him the main man. And he trying to capitalize on the dinosaurs. Secretly and discreetly. Once again, do make your option known. The like or the dislike. Subscribe, chat, comment. The more I think about Kenji's father, the more I have questions. Kenji gave his dad the heads up, letting his dad know that the last time Kenji saw the penthouse, it was infested with dinosaurs. Kenji's dad says, I had my men to sweep the area, everything is copacetic. Kenji was like, oh, well, of course you had that. Of course you did. Like, oh, okay. Okay, so here's my question, which really points to the fact that Kenji's father must have had insurance out on Kenji. Um, why didn't he have his men sweep for Kenji? Why didn't he have his men sweep Jurassic Park? I mean Jurassic World for Kenji, to look for Kenji. And when I ask that question, it's because the answer is he had insurance out on Kenji. He done collected the insurance and has spent the insurance money. And all that lines up with what he said. Hell, he can't just let them go home. He gotta bring them in discreetly. Why folk come? Why folk come, Kendra father? Cause you done collected the insurance and done spent it. That's why folk come. But that's just my theory. Okay. That's my theory. Because if he could sweep the area, if he had his men to sweep the area before they got there, he could have had his men sweep the area and get Kenji off of that island. If he was really checking for Kenji like that. He ain't checking for Kenji like that. He at some totally other island. Boy, I tell you. Mm-mm. And I wonder if Kenji is gonna see through his father's manipulation. Or if the other ones is gonna see him for the total neglect of Kenji. Like how you just gonna just not look for Kenji? How you just gonna do that and just keep it pushing? When you got a group of men at your disposal to sweep the parameters of your penthouse. He could have been had Kenji. Unless he had to wait for that insurance check to however insurance go, unless he had to wait for that to make his move, that's the reason why he didn't check for Kenji. Because he utilizing that to fund his investment. Like I said, that's just my theory. It seems to fit the question. Like, for real. Like, they could have been off that island. That's messed up. Nobody had the island swept for them. Not the people that was evacuating the island, not the boss that the summer campers, the summer camp counselors were trying to get in touch with. Now, in the movie, I think before it becomes the world, Jurassic World, in Jurassic Part 3, there's a mother and father that sends their son off with Uncle Frank, and he been out there for like 21 days, I think the movie says. Or was it 8? Was it 8 weeks? I forgot. Um, 8 weeks maybe. He was out there for 8 weeks or 2 weeks. Was it 8? It was 2 weeks or 21 days or 8 weeks. It was somewhere around there. His mama and his daddy came out there looking for him, and they were separated. So, which leads me to further think that's an insurance thing right there. They somehow, some way, didn't get a paper signed in the right place or something. They were like, "Oh heck no, we gotta come get this child, cause it ain't gonna work in their favor." So they were like, "Oh no, we gotta get him and get him to sign some papers or something." Cause they went looking for him together, and they were separated. Boy, I think it's something to that insurance theory. Cause they probably was like, "Look, we're gonna split the money. Boop boop boop, doop doop doop. You get your half and you get out of my life." And they went to cash in, and they were like, "Oh no, you didn't sign this, or whoop 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 whoop." And they was like, "What? Huh? Yes, we did. Yes, I did. Yes, no, you didn't. I told you to sign them papers. I told you to turn them papers in. Somebody ain't turned them in. I told you to turn them in the other day. Boop, boop, boop. I did turn them in. They sitting on my counter now. Uh-oh. They're what? They're sitting on your counter. You were supposed to mail them out. Boop, 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 boop." They was like, "Oh, hell." So they were like, "We got to go back and get them. Because that's supposed to be his Uncle Frank. But when they see him, they like not even distraught about him. He like a haunted house display. Boy, mm-mm-mm. Somebody, somebody did something wrong. Somebody labeled the boy as the beneficiary or something, because somewhere somebody put the wrong person for the beneficiary. I think they put the boy name in the beneficiary, and they was like, "Oh hell, we ain't gonna get nothing if oh my goodness, we gotta go back and get him." Cause Frank done went out there. I don't know what happened to that man driving the boat, but it was all according to plan. And then here they come sweeping the area. Uh, Toot Sweet done lied to the Crocodile Dundee man to get them up out of in there and find their son. And they found that boy. Maybe Frank was the beneficiary. I don't know. Cause she sure went to screaming when she saw Frank. Like, y'all ain't gonna take Frank back with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna give him a proper burial. Y'all just gonna leave him be, huh?